All right, so in my first installment of how I navigate a pick and roll defense or various pick and roll defenses, I'm going to show you what I do against switches. All right, teams that want to switch. Antoine Miller from Camden Elite. Hit the subscribe button at the bottom right hand corner. Like, share, comment below, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. All right, so um, it's a lot of different ways to guard a pick and roll, right? If you run a pick and roll good and right offensively, it's extremely hard to stop. All right, extremely hard to stop. So a lot of teams, all the way down to the high school level, are starting to try to get sophisticated with their pick and roll defense. But like I always say, it's always a counter, right? It's always a counter. So in this first segment of a three-part series, I'm going to do about ways that I counter pick and roll defenses. I'm going to show y'all how I handle the switch. All right. So in this first segment, um, the European pick and roll. The European pick and roll. All right. A couple videos ago, I showed you what Camden High did in the European pick and roll and how DJ got a 3-point shot attempt time after time after time after time. Well, I'm going to show you how we at West Tech will get layups attempts time after time after time after time. All right. We had a really savvy point guard that can really score the ball, and he was smart. All right. So he knew his reads. He knew his reads. All right. So again, with a switching defense, I want to confuse them, right? I want to confuse their rotations. So this European pick and roll does that. All right, this European pick and roll does that. And I'm going to show you again, like I showed you a couple videos ago, but I'm going to show you how we're getting layups out of it instead of shot attempts. So as you see, right? First you have, sorry, let me go back. First you have the big man coming to set the traditional pick and roll, right? Coming to set the traditional pick and roll, okay? Coming up, bam, he's setting the ball screen, regular, right? Regular pick and roll. Looks simple, right? Do you think that's it? After that, you got the second guy coming, setting another pick and roll. Well, I'm sorry, not another pick and roll. He's setting a back pick on this guy. All right, you see our player right here is setting a back pick. All right, on the second guy that comes up. As you see, the second guy just switched. All right, he just did a traditional switch. Okay, teams that's undisciplined, they just usually just switch to basketball, or teams that's really athletic. All right, so we want to counter that, right? And as you see, the third guy, all right, the third guy that was guarding the guy that set the second screen and roll, look how deep he is trying to stop the basketball. It is impossible to stop that. It is impossible. You're always going to be late 100% of the time. Period. All right. Like I said, a really good offensive play for a lot of reasons, but you can't stop it. You just can't stop it. All right. So right here, we're just running a regular pick and roll, right? But what I do with my pick and rolls is whoever is the weakness on the defense, right? So right now it's this guy. All right. After scouting this team, we know that he's a liability defensively, right? This guy right here on the ball, he started pressuring our point guard a lot, right? Our point guard is a big, strong, physical guy in Tyrese Myrick, about 6'2", 220, right? We want him to get in the paint, all right, and cause chaos. This guy pressured him a little bit full court, which kind of negated that a tad bit. So what we did is, again, we just came and set a traditional pick and roll. Now, you might say, okay, it's a pick and roll. What's so good about that? I set pick and rolls with anybody on the court that has a mismatch. All right. I set screen and rolls with anybody on the court that has a mismatch. What I mean by that, coaches and players. All right. I don't care if he's a liability, he's a liability, he's a liability. Whichever one of those guys is a liability, whoever they're guarding, I'm setting a pick and roll for them. Period. Make basketball simple. Okay, teams that want to switch, All right, make them pay for it. All right, by putting them in the pick and roll. I don't care if it's a guard. I don't care if it's a big man. Put them in the pick and roll. Have your best offensive player on the court with the basketball, which is right here. All right, with the basketball on a mismatch, trying to create. Okay, and as you see, what happens? Misses his first shot attempt, but he's so physical and powerful, he gets another attempt at the basket. That's simple, guys. All right. Like I said, hit the subscribe button at the bottom right hand corner. My next video, I'll be going over hedging. Teams that want to hedge ball screens, I'll be going over a counter for that. All right, but again, with switching, confuse the defense. Confuse the defense. I think that European pick and roll, again, if you need to learn more about it, Google the Houston Rockets or YouTube the Houston Rockets, how they ran it. All right, and then just simple pick and roll with a liability that's on the defense. All right, again, don't make this game hard. Teams that want to switch, make them pay for it. All right, talk to you guys soon.